Hello, everybody, and welcome to Carnivore Better Life. My name is Jack Shepard, and I talk about the carnivore diets and my experiences with it on this channel. And today we're going to be talking about a video I found when I just started out carnivore. And this was before my 2-week mark, I think it was. And I found some great information in this video. And I want to go through the video and show you guys some clips. The video is made from a guy called DeMarco. And his video title is I ate only meat for 30 days. And he's actually testing this with a bunch of his friends. So this video has a lot of information gathered together from different people, which is super useful. There will be some interesting topics and stuff that we will cover after the video. But yeah, let me show you guys the video clips and then we will talk about them afterwards. His video is down in the link in the description down below, by the way, guys. If you want to watch the full video, you can go down there and check it out. But I will also show my clips here and then we will talk about it. So enjoy the clips, guys.
For breakfast, meat. Lunch, meat. Dinner, also meat. The carnivore diet. How in the world can only eating meat be healthy? There's a huge controversy around this diet. One side says it's the best diet for human beings.
I feel amazing because I'm thriving on this diet.
The other side says humans shouldn't eat meat.
Plant-based foods will be better than meat-based foods.
Love being vegan. I want to be vegan.
I didn't know what to believe, so I wanted to try this out for myself.
So what's breakfast?
Steak.
This is me. So I wanted to find out what happens if I eat only meat for 30 days. To get a better overview of the results, I invited 4 of my friends to join me on this challenge. This is Paul.
It's like people say it's easy, it's not easy. Hi guys, it's Clement.
Hi, my name is Sylvia.
And this is Rob. So here are the rules. For the next 30 days, I won't be allowed to consume the following things. No vegetables. This means staying far away from the veggie section in the supermarket. No junk food or processed food, which means I cannot eat any unhealthy foods like chips or sweets. Some carnivores even include other animal-based products, like honey, milk or eggs. I won't. For this experiment, I want to see what happens if I go the most radical way possible, which means only meat. Regarding beverages, I will only drink water, no sugar. The same rules apply to my friends.
Never done 100% carnivore. So I'm expecting to feel much better, my skin to improve, my body fat to reduce.
I've been eating a bit too many carbs.
I hope that my digestion will be okay.
And then it was time to get ready for the first day of our carnivore challenge.
Being a carnivore isn't that hard. Look at this.
Well, at that moment I had no idea what would happen during the next 30 days. The hardest thing to this diet is definitely the morning. You gotta get used to eating meat in the morning, which in the beginning is pretty hard. So today was the first day that I woke up with a lot of stomach problems, which, yeah, doesn't feel good. I just feel that my stomach is working a lot. It's 9 AM in the morning. Don't feel like steak, but it's breakfast time, so...
I feel horrible. Can't even get out of bed. And that is just so depressing because you got nothing to look forward to, like nothing sweet or yummy, just plain meat.
I wanted to know what's happening with all of us, so let me explain. When transitioning from a diet high in carbohydrates, which our normal diet is, to a meat-based diet, the body undergoes several changes. Normally your body runs on carbs and uses glucose as the primary energy source. But while being on a carnivore diet, your body changes so that fat becomes your primary energy source. And everybody reacts differently to this transition phase.
No adaptation problems for me.
It's a little bit like fueling your car suddenly with a new type of fuel. At first your body's like, what is happening? And this transition phase can be very uncomfortable. And this is the point where most people quit doing the carnivore diet, like Paul, because after this he was out.
And this sucks.
But this is the point where you have to push through, no matter how hard it is. Because if you do so, you arrive at a state called ketosis. So after a couple of days, something changed because I have my routine. Every morning I'm eating my ground beef. And actually I'm craving it right now.
I no longer have any sugar cravings.
Instead, I have zero cravings.
So far I feel great.
It's a good morning again.
My body feels more flexible, lighter. I'm sleeping so much better.
I'm eating every day the same shit, but I'm not getting tired yet. It's so hot. Oh, but it's so good. So I just woke up and somehow I don't have a lot of energy. After yesterday, my body feels just weak. I don't know, something is changing and I don't like it. There's low energy, my mood is impacted by it as well. I feel like eating something fresh, some fruits or something, but we're not gonna stop, guys. This is the breakfast. Some meat. Let's fucking go. So at this point I wanted to read studies and see what others think about this diet. And you know what? Most of the mainstream articles I could find said eating meat does increase health risks. Meat is not healthy and the carnivore diet is actually unhealthy. I reached out to PD Mangan. He's an author and scientist to talk with him about what is happening with my body. Because yeah, right now it just feels weird. He uses biochemistry and microbiology to study different diets. He's coaching more than 1,000 people and also appeared on countless podcasts. So I wanted to know why there is not a lot of scientific information about the carnivore diet. So all of those papers aren't able to tell me if what I'm doing is actually good for my body or not. But there have been countless people trying it out on the internet and having amazing results.
I achieved this monstrous transformation eating virtually nothing but beef.
I just hit day 85 of being a carnivore. I feel amazing.
So the only way to find out how my body reacts on this would be to keep eating meat every day. So if you just cook one thing, which is basically meat, for 1 month, you understand how it works. You should aim to eat as much fatty meat as possible. Once your body arrives at the ketosis state, your body has transitioned to utilizing fat as its predominant source of energy. Now, to avoid feeling hungry during the day, you need to make sure that the meat you eat has a good amount of fat in it. What I'm always looking for is cuts with a lot of fat. If you are on a budget, you can still be a carnivore if you eat ground beef. This is grass-fed beef, and this costs only €4 here in Colombia. I've been eating around 1 kilogram a day, which, depending on where you live, should be between $10 and $30. When going out with my friends, we had to go to a steakhouse. It is day 20 now, and actually I feel great, guys. I was in the gym today and just everything feels so energetic. I have so much power nowadays. I don't have any cravings anymore. Something changed. I'm losing so much weight. I thought that I'd lose all of my muscles, but turns out they're still there. I'm still able to do the same weights, so it's a good sign. I guess I'm just losing fat. Once in the routine, I enjoyed every single meal. So only eating meat at home is no problem. You have your shops, you have your butcher, and you basically have no problems, right? But when you're traveling, you run into different problems. Because it is very hard to find something which is only meat. And one travel hack is eating at McDonald's, because you can order patties without anything else, which are no $0 nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this now. My 2 patties. Looks kind of shit, but you can find a McDonald's everywhere in the world, and the price is also decent. So for now, as a snack, it was good because I prepared myself something for my flight.
Pocket steak for the plane.
Pre-cook it, take it with you, and eat it when you're hungry. So after eating only meat for 30 days, the big question is, was it worth it? My body feels just weak. The first couple of days were like torture.
I feel horrible.
But once my body switched from using carbs to using fat as the source of the energy, everything changed. Everything feels so energetic. I have so much power nowadays.
Oh, I still find it amazing. I have zero hunger between meals. I'm only eating twice a day.
For me, it's just so obvious that meat is the most easily digested food.
I haven't felt that good for quite a long time. I've lost about 10 pounds.
I don't want to say that this diet is right for every person out there. You need to find out what works for you best. For Paul, for example, it didn't work out.
Eating carnivore is absolutely boring. It's so boring. I was pretty low on energy at the gym. Same foods, you miss the sugar, you get cravings big time.
For me and the others, this was an amazing diet.
It was pretty amazing, actually.
We only saw how much of a difference this diet makes once we started eating normal food again.
On day 1 after the challenge, I had a carb day, and I realized that the pleasure of eating it doesn't outweigh the pain afterwards.
I ate it like 5 minutes ago and I already feel like shit.
I didn't resist the chips and I felt so sick afterwards. It's crazy.
So it's now been 5 months on this diet, because after those 30 days, I decided to keep going. Not as strictly though, because I added some other ingredients. I now eat mainly animal-based products, fruits, and also some potatoes, because this just feels right for me. I never felt healthier and my body also transformed quite drastically.
The only thing I changed in my life was eating meat every day.
In our world today, it's very easy to get lost in self-destructive behaviors and lose touch with our own body. This experiment truly showed me how important it is to take care of your own health. Whenever I ate something or drank something which isn't good for me, my body immediately reacted in a bad way. I want you to question and see how much bad food we normalized to eat. How does your diet look like today? It's so important to be mindful and aware about what you put into your body and how you energize it. This is truly the first step to take responsibility about your own health. And you are the only one who can do that. So what stops you from starting today? I urge you to try things out and listen to your own body.
Damn, that was one hell of a video, guys. I hope you liked the clips. I want to get into some points on the video here because it's actually really informative, and I highly recommend going down into my description of this video and watching the whole video that Max DeMarco made, so that you get the whole picture here. There's a bunch of science in there too that's pretty awesome, and that kind of explains why our society doesn't really think the same way as the experiences that they had with the carnivore diet. But yeah, let's start out here, man. Let's see what we can talk about. So first of all, he shows in the intro that the reason for trying this out was out of curiosity. He didn't have any big issues that he was like suffering with, but he wanted to try something different because he felt that he could do better, essentially. And that is actually one of the important things with this diet. You need to be clear in your mind when you start this, that you want to achieve something. And I personally highly recommend trying it for 3 months, just because you get the best picture out of it, or the best experience out of it. And that's also part of the carnivore steps. There are like 5 steps in the carnivore diet. The first one is just starting the diet. And then the second one is getting into ketosis. And he talks about that in this video too, which is very important. It's something that's a bit of a hurdle for most people. And it's so sad that his friend didn't get to experience what was on the other side of it. But yeah, this video shows the timeline so perfectly. And it shows different people with different body types going through the same experience, but in their own way. So this is a very good video for that. When you do carnivore, it's best to take examples from a person that has the same body type or something like your body type. So if a person is very overweight, like I was when I started this, by the way, down 20 kilograms, just want to point that out. But yeah, when I started this, I was super overweight. So I looked into people who were overweight and were trying out carnivore diet to see what reactions they had to deal with. And then if you are like thin, you can find one with that body type and then go from there. the big difference between fat and thin is actually the amount of fat that you need to eat when you're on a carnivore diet, and how many times a day you need to eat. So yeah, it's pretty damn cool. So most people start the diet out of necessity because they either have a health issue like I had, or they feel horrible in their life because they can't get anywhere with a normal Western diet. And it's very important when you start out the diet, even if it's just out of trying something new, you need to do your research before you start. And it's very important to like listen to other people, normal people, what experiences they have had with the diet, because there are people who fell off too, who didn't like the diet, and that's totally fine. You need to do what's right for you. That's the most important thing, especially with something like the carnivore diet, because if it doesn't feel right, you should definitely consider either loosening up or doing something, or stopping the diet. But I do encourage people to at least do 1 month just to get the feeling. Like, don't just do 2 weeks, then get to the carnivore flu and then just stop. I would highly recommend at least doing a month. But I would really want people to do like 3 months, because you get so many more benefits out of it for the next 2 months that it's very difficult not to recommend that. But being curious is a very good thing, and doing your research online. Don't trust people who recommend the normal Western diet, or the standard Western diet, I guess it's called, because those are probably people who are like, they have like companies sponsoring them, or they are just, trying to sell stuff to you. That's the biggest issue with the diets today, is that like, they want to feed you food that's cheap to produce, so that they don't have to deal with the expensive of actually making good food, which is kind of difficult to just explain like this. But there's a lot of incentives, and I don't think it's a conspiracy. I honestly don't think so. I just think it's greed and not coincidence, but like it like falls together like that, because people are people, and if you want to make money, you have to cut out the cost as much as possible. And people are scrupulous sometimes. Like, they don't really care that you, after 20 years, you get a heart attack, or you get diabetes, what is it called, level 1 or level 2 diabetes or whatever, or even cancer, or what is it called again when you can't remember stuff? You get Alzheimer's or cancer or something like that, because they don't really, they block all the proof of any involvement in sugar and plants and so on. So it's very difficult to find evidence of that, because research is getting blocked. And to be honest, like, it's because of just greed. That's all it is. And the way that our systems are set up at the moment, which is unfortunate. So whenever someone recommends a standard Western diet to you, don't listen to them, because they don't know anything. I literally had like a doctor that was like twice the size, like twice as fat as me, recommend that I should eat some kind of bean thing. And I was like, I don't think you should be giving dietary advice, my friend. I'm sorry, but I really don't. So I just didn't listen, which was a good thing, because now I'm eating all meats and I'm happy and I feel 100% better. Like, I feel so damn good, man. So much energy. Woo, goddamn. And I even got my color back in my face and shit. Like my skin. Sorry for swearing, but I got all my color back. I got so many good improvements, and I will touch on the improvements here in a moment. Most important thing when you start the carnivore diet, some people say that you can do honey because it's a animal product, but I don't consider honey a animal product, because it's like bees are throwing up to make it, and I don't wanna I don't consider that a healthy thing personally. I think you should stay completely away from sugar, and he also did that, which is why it's working for him, because any kind of sugar will screw up your metabolism, and it will screw up your ketosis, which is so important on this diet. You need to be in ketosis all the time. Like, you need to be in that. And if someone says that there is carbohydrates in meat, you need to tell them that they have been lied to, because there's no carbohydrates in meat. meat is all protein and fat, and that is what your body needs and nothing else. Oh yeah, well, vitamins and minerals, of course, but you know, we'll touch on that here in a moment. And you get all the vitamins and minerals from either animal organs or just the meat that you're eating, so you shouldn't be too worried about it. You can take a little bit of you can eat some liver. That's probably the best thing. Although liver is a little bit difficult to swallow. I get it when I get my ground beef. I get it grinded into the beef so that I can almost not taste it, which is really good. And then I make burgers out of it, which is awesome. Like no bread, of course, but you know, I make my own carnivore bread made out of pork grinds, which is so good, man. It's just pork grinds, eggs, and butter. That's it. You can find the recipe on my channel. I have like a list of recipes. Do check that out. It's pretty nice, pretty awesome. I might actually only have that on YouTube now that I think about it. If you're on Rumble, you might have to go to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry because I couldn't find the. Maybe I should make some of those on Rumble too, because I couldn't find it on Rumble. But yeah, anyways, I have some recipes on that, which is awesome. Tastes really good, man. So you can actually get like a real burger out of it, just with some cheese, meat, and then the pork rind bread, which is so nice, man. So nice, and tastes way better. And you don't get any carbohydrates at all, so it's really good. So what else did we talk about here? Yeah, do your research and don't listen to people recommending the Western diet for you. I'm actually going to put this over here. Sorry, I'm still not used to reading up from a thing here. I'll actually put it here in the middle. We're doing this organic, just the way we want it. Most important, yeah, cut any sugars, good. Amount of meals per day. So he touches on, he actually talks about doing, he's doing 3 meals a day, which on a normal Western diet is perfectly fine. And if you're doing vegan, you probably eat like 5 times a day or something, because you have to keep eating because your body's like yelling at you. But on a carnivore diet, you actually don't have to eat that much. If you are a fat guy, like you need to lose weight, you are unhealthy or something, or just overweight. If you have too much fat on your body, I would highly recommend doing what I call the Roman style of eating, which involves intermittent fasting. So what you do is you eat one big meal a day. It's probably best if it's dinner time. Eat one big meal at dinner time, and then you eat a little bit in the evening. You eat like maybe a little bit of cheese and some meat, some nice meat. And not too much though, just a little bit. You do this before 8 p.m. And then you fast from 8 p.m. to the next dinner time. And this actually allows your body to do intermittent fasting, which will keep you hard pressed into ketosis. So your body is absolutely is able to access all your fat on your body, and will start removing the excess fat that you have on you. That's what I did, and that worked out really well for me. I have a video about losing weight on carnivore diet and why it works. You can go watch that video. It's about an hour long, and it's pretty specific to how the body handles it. It goes into some of the mechanics of it, so I highly recommend watching that. But yeah, if you are a very slim person and you are having issues where you don't have enough muscle mass, and your skin is bad or something like that, you need to eat more fat, because your skin and your body needs the fat to actually have fuel in the tank, right? So if you don't have any storage, any fat stored up, you're gonna go hungry very fast. But even then, doing 3 meals a day is not necessary. If you are very thin, I would recommend 2 meals a day, and still doing the dinner time, eating a good healthy meal, like eat until you are full, like until your tongue signals to your brain, this tastes less good now, so I don't need to eat anymore. You need to be full when you eat on this diet. And that goes for the fat person too, but if you are a slim person especially, and you need to eat enough fat with your meat. So most people eat 1-to-1, which means 1 part protein and 1 part fat. But in some cases, it's some people might need like 1 to 1.5 or something. Like it's a little, you need to balance that out pretty much in the beginning. Figure out how much you need. You shouldn't go hungry at any point on this diet. So you need to eat until you're comfortably full at dinner time. And then once you get into the evening, eat another healthy meal until you're full again, and you should be good. I would, again, recommend don't eat after 8, just because you sleep a little bit better when you have a few hours before you go to bed. Because in the beginning, your stomach is working pretty hard to actually get used to the meat and the fat. And it does have an impact on your liver and your bile that your liver creates. So it takes a while for it to clean the system up, because the bile ducts have probably not been used for a while. And yeah, it takes some getting used to. If you don't have a gallbladder, if you can't store bile, it will be a little bit rough for you in the beginning, but your body should still adapt itself to it. Essentially, it will create like a extension on your bile ducts. It should do that, so you can actually eat the meat and fat as you need it. But you might have to eat like an extra meal a day, like between dinner and in the evening, dinner and lunch, just because your amount of bile and the like strength of it, like like not the consistency, but the potency of your bile is a little bit less effective. So that's a little bit of stuff you need to know about that. But you can definitely find all the information you need about that if you look up Dr. Ken Berry. He has a lot of good videos on it. So yeah, definitely. Let me see what else here. So I would recommend, if you're fat, 1 meal a day. If you are thin, lean, or whatever you call it, and you need to gain muscle mass, I would do 2 meals a day. And I would make sure that I eat enough fat. When you are eating as a big person, as a fat person, you can get away with less fat in your meal, but you still need to adjust it as you go. If you're losing weight too fast, you need to adjust it with more fat, because it's unhealthy for your body to lose your weight too fast. And you can also get your skin can get like you can have excess skin, right? And you don't want that. You want the skin to contract with your body so that it looks nice too. So I just recommend trying to lose like 0.5 kilo every week is fine. If you lose more than 2 kilograms a week, then you're losing weight too fast. You need to add more fat. So just remember that. And your body also uses the fat to repair cells and do other things together with the protein. So just keep that in mind, that you need to eat enough fat. A good idea is when you are talking with your butcher, which you should definitely befriend your butcher, try to get some of the fat that they cut away from the meat and add it next to it. They usually give that away for free, or like just cost a little bit extra or something. It's definitely worth it, and it's so healthy for your body. You will be surprised. I also use ghee. I put ghee on top of my beef, my steaks and whatever, so that I get a little bit extra fat taste, and ghee is really good for that. And that's GHEE, which is butter products, but it's like it's been treated an extra time, so it's even more clear and clean. All right, let me see what else. Okay, so when you are running on carbohydrates and sugar, it burns very, very unclean, and it burns fast. So when you are not in ketosis, your body it needs to eat all the time, because you're just not getting energy that's very dense. You're getting very like thin energy, and it's a big problem for your body. Once you get over the carnivore flu, which we'll talk about here in a minute, you actually get into ketosis, and your body will start burning fat. And fat burns very clean, and it burns very slow. So you will have a lot of energy all day long, and it will be like this. The energy level will be completely plain all day long, whereas carbohydrates and sugar do this ups and downs, right? And this has something to do with your insulin, but that's a little bit too technical. We're just doing the overall thing here, but yeah. So you'll keep having energy all day long. If your energy levels dip, that's because you didn't eat enough fat, or you need to add maybe an extra meal for that day. So, and you can adjust this from day to day. You don't have to be worried about doing a week and then like, oh man, I've been suffering this week and I'm doing another week. Just adjust it as you go. It's very important to do that, especially in the beginning. But you do need to get into ketosis before you do this. Like, get into ketosis first and then adjust it. Don't do it before that, because it will screw up your body will be like super confused already, and it will be even worse if you do that. So wait 2 weeks and then you should get into to ketosis and you should be good. But you will have some ups and downs before that, for sure, like he also had and his friends had. Well, actually, some people don't have that, but that's because they have a different. It's very difficult to explain, but they have a different metabolism. That's a little bit more. Has an easier way of adjusting to it. So it's kind of weird that some of us are very different when it comes to that. And some people will suffer more in the early stages for the carnivore flu, like one of his friends did too. Some of it is because of bad sugar addiction. If you have a really bad sugar addiction, like I did, it is tough in the beginning, man. Everything is like, it's almost like the candy is talking to you when you're going past it. It's like, eat me, right? And you're like, God damn. So you need to have some kind of, you need to be able to stay in your frame and like be able to like handle that. Stay away from things from your childhood. That's the big thing. Like, stay away from that stuff. But once you get over the initial part of it, you're gonna get hit by the carnivore flu. So the carnivore flu is actually kind of avoidable for most of us. All you need to do is drink electrolytes and drink water in salt every day. Just a little bit, just like a small glass of water with some table salt in it. Drink it in the morning together with some electrolytes, and you will be fine. You might have a day where you feel a little bit like you feel a little bit down, maybe mentally. You feel a little bit sad or something, and then it will switch out of it. Now, I didn't know this when I did it, so I had 2.5 days where I felt like shit. I felt really bad. I was sweaty. I was like pale, completely pale in the face, and I felt like shit. I really did. So I did that. I felt like that for like 1.5 days, and then I started doing the electrolytes and the salt, and it actually almost like a day after, I felt fine again. I felt fine, and then suddenly, I think it was maybe 3 days, when I woke up. First of all, I woke up like 10 minutes before my watch would go off normally. I was like, whoa, I have so much energy, man. I feel so good. I went up, I did a lot of things, and I was like, okay, this is insane. I have so much energy. And that just continued to go up and up and up and up. And like, it was like a stepping stone. So you had like, you stepped up, took a few days, and then it stepped up again, and it kept going. And it's still going today, man. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Mood swings also gone, by the way. So that disappeared once I got into ketosis. So I'm kind of sad that his friend didn't get to experience that, but his sugar addiction was too high and he couldn't push through it. And maybe he didn't have enough reasons to it. But now, at least now he knows. So maybe later in his life he will be able to do it, man. But I'm a little bit sad that he didn't get to experience ketosis like that, because it's very good. It's really, really good, and it keeps getting better and better the longer you go. I'm almost 6 months in right now. Actually, in 2 days, it's been 6 months, and I am still getting improvements, which is insane. I am super hyped to see what's gonna be happening for the next time period. I was gonna do this for 6 months and then add in other foods, but I might just keep going. I'm not entirely sure though, but we'll see. That's another thing that we're gonna touch on here in the end of the video. I'm gonna talk about that. Let me see, what else do we have here? Look for the results of normal people. Yeah. So when you look up this diet, like I already said, look up other people's experiences on YouTube and Rumble, and try to see what body types they have. Like try to find people that have the same body types with the same issues as you, and see what their experiences is. Do your research. Do your research before you start, and then start the diet. I have recommendations on my channel, and I will be recommending some other channels down below. But just to mention a few, Dr. Ken Berry is a big one. So my main guy, when I have any doubt, I go search his videos and I find the issue immediately almost. Like he has some really good content. Dr. Anthony Chaffee is also very good. He's a brain surgeon, or like he's becoming a brain surgeon. He's still reading up, right? Both these guys are super healthy and they live by example. So they are very, very good at what they do, and they live on carnivore diets, and they are doing great. They've been living on it for a while, so it's really good. Homestead How is also very good, which is also a channel. If you need motivation, you need to watch that guy. He is great. And then, of course, also I want to recommend Max DeMarco's channel here. Max DeMarco is a great content creator, and he has some interesting results and some interesting ideas to it. And then here, lastly, let's talk about, oh yeah, well, one more thing. If you are training, this is also a very good diet. You will not lose muscle mass if you do a carnivore diet and you just like move around normally, right? Of course, if you're laying completely still, anyone will lose muscle mass. But if you're just doing your normal thing, you don't need to, one thing, you don't need to watch your calories. You eat until you're full. That's very important. You get enough fat, very important. You will not lose muscle mass. If you do any kind of workout, your body will gain muscle mass. It's almost 100% sure, because your hormones are balancing out and your body is getting the stuff that it needs. So this is like a triple whammy for training. Like the only thing you do need to get your electrolytes, because that's needed for training, or you'll have some energy, like the energy won't be coming to you fast enough. So do your electrolytes and get that right. But it's so good for training, like especially if you want to do muscle gain, like you train specific muscle groups, it's really good for that. But just in general, if you just train your whole body, you do like a whole body training thing, you'll get a natural look. Your skin will be better, your muscles will be more pronounced, or whatever it's called, like you'll be able to see it easily. So I also highly recommend this for training. And it's one of the cheat things not cheat things, it's one of the, I almost call it a cheat code, but it's like one of the things that like athletes will do, but they will never tell people because it's not accepted in our society today. But it is how they are winning against the competition 100%. This is like a big thing right now in our society. Like you can go watch someone who's training a lot, unless he's like carb boosting to get a certain look. It will almost always be like a pure meat and fat diet, essentially a carnivore diet, right? Might even be a lion diet, which is even more extreme, that they're doing to gain all the muscle and the training in here. So it's really insane. Like there's a lot of people hiding this because it's like a cheat code in training, right? So just keep that in mind. They won't admit it probably, but yeah, that's definitely what they're doing. Let me see what else here. Oh yeah, one more thing. So we talked about the gains a little bit. There are some negatives that I want to talk about. When you are on a carnivore diet and you are fully in ketosis, and you are actually, the longer you do this diet, the more sensitive you become to other things. So if you eat something that's wrong, you're like, it's almost like you're retraining your body to react correctly to the things that you're eating. Whenever you eat something that's bad for you, your body reacts very fast to it. By sending a signal that was bad, don't eat that again. Like it essentially your stomach, you'll get bloated, or you will have like a bad taste in the back of your mouth. I ate not too long ago. I had a little bit of an accident, so I ate like a piece of cake, which I shouldn't have. I knew it, but it was because it was like a childhood memory cake thing. So yeah, and that was a bit horrible. But I ate it, and it didn't taste as good as I expected it to do. It tasted good, but it had like a bad aftertaste. It was like, it's like my tongue was telling me, that was weird. What the hell is that? That's not meat. And then I got a stomach ache, and I got like bloated in my stomach, and my stomach was like growling at me. It's like, oh, that's bad, man. And then I got like a short sugar high, and I just felt bad. It was pretty bad, man. And it took 3 days before I got normal again. And I was like, I'm never doing that shit again, man. I'm never touching a piece of cake again, unless it's made by only with only animal products, right? So that's my experience. But you become like hypersensitive to it. But it makes it easier for you to listen to your body's reactions. But you will become way more sensitive to everything. Another thing that I can like mention is if you drink some alcohol, it will also, your body will react very fast to it. You won't get as ill. I mean, you will get ill next day, but you won't get as ill when you drink it. But you will have like you'll have a sugar high, and then you'll have like a weird feeling in your head. Of course, you get drunk. That's natural, but you get way easily drunk than normally. So it's very dangerous, or not dangerous. It's very bad for your body, and your body will react with it the next few days, where you'll have like, you might have some bad skin thing happen, and you might have some sweat and stuff. So just be aware that like you get way more sensitive to all these things once you switch to a carnivore diet. But the good things way outweigh the bad things, and you don't have to waste money on all sorts of bad snacks that are bad for you, and you don't have to waste money on alcohol and stuff like that. So you just become a better human, which is kind of wild to think about. Like, and you save money. You save a lot of money. Holy man! I thought that it would be more expensive to go on a carnivore diet. Nope. I don't buy all the snacks anymore. I don't have any sugar cravings anymore. The only thing that I struggle with sometimes is the childhood memories. Those are the hard ones to deal with. But I just don't go near that stuff. I just stay away from it. So yeah, those are the last things I wanted to talk about. I think that was something I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, the travel tips, right? So when you're traveling, it's actually kind of difficult to not like eat something unhealthy. The tip with McDonald's is actually really good. I've tested it myself, and yeah, you can just buy some patties and be good with that. You can survive on that for a while until you get to a place where you can either cook some meat or like get some meat prepared for you. So it is actually, it's a lifesaver. Like, it's essentially a lifesaver. And bringing your own lunch package is also a very good idea. Just having some meat ready for it. I personally like pressure cooking my meat, just because it makes it more tender. It does make it a little bit dry, so you do need to put some ghee on it, but it's really good. Anyways, guys, that's it. I hope this video gave you some good information, and I hope you like the content and all that good stuff. Share this with your friends, share this with everybody. If they want to try out the carnivore diet, I highly recommend it. And do your research before you start, right? Do your research, it's very important. And if anyone recommends the Western diet, just ignore them, because it's bullshit. It's corporate speak for eat the shit food we make, so we don't have to, make good food, essentially. So yeah, don't let the greed talk to you. Just do your thing and try it out. Everybody is different, so everyone reacts different to this. But most people I see react really good to this diet. So yeah, that's it. Good luck, guys. And if you have any good experiences and stuff like that, please leave them down in the comments below. Give me your experiences. Tell me about your experiences with the carnivore diet, or even like the keto diet maybe. And if you are new and you want to start on the diet, if you have any questions, you can ask me down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I see it. Okay, guys, have a nice day and eat some nice meat and fat. Yeah.